Jake Ludington here at OSCON, and I'm here with
Gordon Clark.
And you're with FamilySearch, which is, I think, the largest genealogy information provider possibly on the planet. What are you guys doing at OSCON?
Well, at OSCON we have a wonderful audience here. Everybody was born, so everybody has an interest in their heritage. But the real reason we're here is our data is built upon a platform, so we have APIs. So over the last few years, we've been working with companies to generate more clients, more innovation in how you access the data that we have. So web services is what we're all about.
So if I were a developer looking to use your APIs, what would be an example of something that I might develop against FamilySearch?
Well, certainly you might develop a mobile application that searches our data. You might develop an application that makes it possible to find interesting information on the internet and associate it with people that are in our tree. A mashing activity, because in addition to substantiating the events in the life of the person, you want to create find the articles and the stories, the obituaries that make it more of a multimedia experience to tell the story of an ancestor. So companies are doing that. Photoloom is one of them. You can upload your pictures. If it's pictures that have multiple people in it, you can isolate them and put them, associate them with people that are in our tree. Mobile application that came out just before Memorial Day is called Billion Graves. People are taking pictures of tombstones, and then a crowdsourcing group behind the scenes is transcribing them. So all of this public data that is very valuable in documenting, even though it's in stone, documenting what's available. I mean, information about the person, birth date, death date, relationships, slogan, nice comment. That's a wonderful crowdsourcing application, and so they're up to over 50,000 tombstones in just less than a month, and they're shooting for 1 billion tombstones in the next few years.
Is that information in Billion Grave stuff that then you take back and add to the data that you already have?
Well, it's online. You link to the data.
Oh, so they're connecting their data to your data.
Yes. So a good way to look at that is when in geomapping, the anchor is a longitude and magnitude. Well, we want to have a clear understanding of who this person is, where they are in time, and who their parents and who their children are. Then that person, our person ID, which we hope will be universal someday, then all the richness of material that's on the web that's been digitized can be linked to our person in our master tree.
And if I'm a developer wanting to create a project, is there a cost to using your API?
There's not a cost. People work on standalone projects if they want to partner with us. We have a program, and that's why you have right here, certification. Certification is more to set minimum standards, and if we are going to do co-marketing, we got to know each other from a business sense. So that is a definite program. So we think it will be an enticement for the right type of developers to team up with us in developing a meaningful experience. On that note, just like to highlight that often when it comes to internationalization, we think translation. We have learned that culturalization of applications a whole lot more than just translation. And so we see applications being built in their homeland country with the technologists there that are more appropriate than us Anglo-Saxons can figure out here to address their needs and how they look at the family. So client development needs to be done by lots of people for either a cultural need, a user age level, or differently in how they look at stuff, or even their computer savvy. People that aren't computer savvy need one type of application than people that are not computer savvy. What we're all about is the building up of the data and the sharing of the data. So there can be lots of innovative applications that either cater from a new function or cater for a new type of audience.
In terms of the application space that's out there, are there any particular areas where you guys would like to see more applications developed?
Well, we've been saying it pretty clearly, more mobile and more social integration into social media.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Locker Gnome coverage of OSCON is brought to you by HP.